Hi, this is Melissa with A Creative Journey with Melissa, and today I wanted to tell you, sometimes you see some really cool books or journals or planners or whatever, and you really want to be able to create your own, and you can do that. Did you know that? You totally can. So, sometimes people have college ruled, sometimes they'll have wide ruled, they'll have blank, they'll have the dots, they'll have the grid, they'll have all kinds of different stuff. But if you don't find something that you like or in the size you like, you can create your own. You may want to have just a little baby pocket journal that you want to put in your pocket, or a little baby planner for just every week, or you may want to have it with a spiral bound this way versus on the side, or there's just so many different things you can do. At any rate, today I'm going to show you how to make your own cover, okay? It's really super simple. You can use like a cereal box, I guess we call it chipboard in the crafting area, in the crafting world, at least I do. But you can make one a little bit even more sturdy if you wanted to. And what you would do is go ahead and get yourself some mat board, like at Aaron Brothers or Michael's or any framing shop. And typically if you buy the mat board there, they will cut it for you, whatever size. So a number of years ago, I had them cut a whole bunch of 5x5s, and then a different set of 6x6, and then another one, I think it was 7x7, I don't remember, to be honest with you. But I have quite a few of them left. And remember though, if you're going to make a book, you need to have two of them because you need a front and a back. So I'm going to show you how to make that. Now for this one, I'm going to show you, I did make a sample, and this is the inside cover part of it, and then this is the outside. The inside cover, everybody has their preference. Like if you look at your own book, sometimes you'll see that it'll have, like, the inside has a little bit of an edge to it, like this. Some people like that, some people don't. So the other one that I'm going to make today has a little bit less of an edge. So instead of me cutting it out here just 1/4 of an inch off, I did 1/8 of an inch off on the one we're going to do today. So you'll see the difference and see what you like. At any rate, all you're going to need is 2 pieces of paper, and you're going to need some mat board, and you're going to need some adhesive, and you're going to need some scissors. Now, a lot of people use the red tape, which I did have here a second ago. I got to find it. Let's see. Here it is. A lot of people use the red tape for, strong hold projects. I haven't had any issues with the Scotch ATG at all. But again, I use a lot of it because it's less expensive than the red tape. So maybe I'm actually equaling it out, I don't know. But we're going to get started. So what I would suggest you do is you're just going to put the inside part away on the side. And we're not going to need the scissors right now. So all we're really going to need is your cover paper, and you're going to need the mat board. Now the mat board's probably about 1/8 of an inch thick, I would say. It's just what you would use inside a photo frame to, mat your pictures. You know how they have the mat and then you put your picture underneath it, like so? That's what this is. So this is just mat board that hasn't been cut out in a rectangle or whatever. So this is what this is. So what we're going to do is decide what side we want to use. This side, I think, is more for the back, and this side is for the front. This side kind of rounds more like a hill, and this rounds a little bit more like a U. So I think that the front should be more rounded this way versus up. I'm afraid it might poke up. So we're just going to cover this way, okay? So you need to decide what side mat board you want to use. And once you do that, you're going to add some adhesive so that you can adhere the paper to it. So you want to make sure you get right on the edge, like I am here. And I'll show you a close-up so you can see how close I've gotten that adhesive there, okay? So we got it right on the edge. Now you want to make sure that you don't get any what I lovingly call glue boogers. If you get some glue boogers on your mat board, you're going to want to pull them off because that lump will show through in your paper, and you don't want to do that, okay? It'll look kind of weird on your cover and underneath, and then it might actually end up poking up through later on when you have it. So this looks good. I don't see any issues here. Looks pretty flat. I think we're good. So I don't know if you could see it as well as I can, but this kind of shows you the pattern that I did for adhesive. So hopefully that helps you. Check it out. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're just going to take this, and this is going to be the cover. So we're going to put it down because this is going to be the cover. Okay, so we're just going to put it face down, centered in this paper. Whoops, have a little bit of fuzz there. So I'm not doing it too hard. I'm just going to kind of put it on there lightly and then arrange it the way I want it, which looks good. I think that's good. Okay, looks relatively straight to me. I think it's good. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take both my hands and I'm just going to rub it around. I know that's probably silly, and I'm sorry about the camera shaking, but it just kind of makes sure that it's a flat, hard surface, which I suggest you work on a flat, hard surface. If you don't, what ends up happening is you're not going to end up getting as much oomph behind you to be able to make sure that this adheres well. This is the easiest way for me in my experience to do that, so you just make sure that it's all on there well. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to fold these in, and I'm going to use the mat board almost like a tool. Okay, so I'm taking my mat board and I'm just going to fold it like this and fold it over and then make a little fold like that. You see how that looks? Like so. So I'm going to do that on all of the corners, or all the edges I mean. And I'm going to keep going till I'm done. I have 4 of them. And I also am going to fold these edges too, like so. So you can see kind of how it's happening, what's going on there, what I'm doing, okay? So I've got one more left. I believe it's this one. I lost count. Okay. So now you can see almost the pattern on the paper of what I've made. You can see where the edges will come over. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this corner and I'm just going to cut it. So we're just going to cut it so that there's just a little bit so it overlaps this edge, okay? I'll show you what it looks like this. See where this part is going to go in? You want to make sure that part covers, okay? Because if you don't, then you're going to have an open area, and you don't want to do that either. Okay. And then we'll do this one too. I think I cut this one a little bit too long, so let's shorten it up a little bit. So this is what it looks like when it's cut, okay? So I just kind of try to cut across like so, okay? Now what we're going to do is you can do one of two things. You can put the adhesive on here, or you can put the adhesive on here. I think I'm going to put the adhesive on here. I've tried it this way, it doesn't work as well. So I'm going to just do it this way, okay? Now on the back side, if you do get a glue booger, as I fondly call it, it's not as bad because it's not like on the cover, but I would again just be wary of having any lumps in there because it will still show through. So we're going to use this mat board again on itself, and I'm just going to push it down. And look how great that looks, right? I love it. Okay. Now what we're going to do is, I think I'm going to cut this just a little bit more. No, I think we'll be okay. I'm going to do like this. I'm going to poke that in a little bit. See that little poke? And that'll fit in right perfect, like so. And now I'm going to put some more adhesive on here. There's a few ways I've done it, and honestly, the paper makes a difference. It really does. If it's super strong, hardy paper, it can make it harder for you to adhere things to. And in this case, I think this is a little bit stronger than I was planning on using, and that's okay. So I have a little glue booger in here, so I'm trying to get that out. Okay. So I tucked this corner in, and this won't show because I'm going to be covering it in a minute. So you could, actually what I should have done is poke this in first. So I should poke this in and do this. That's what you should be doing. Do you see that? So it goes in. But I'm going to pull this up just a little bit and then do it that way. There we go. It's all good. We got it. We got it figured out, don't we? Okay. So, and then we'll do this one too. Poke this one in. If you don't have a nail, you could use your scissor tip to just poke it in if you want. Okay. So now, once again, I'm just going to put adhesive on that side and make sure I have plenty. Okay. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to fold it over like so, and there. And any excess adhesive, I'm going to just pull right off. Okay. And last but not least, we have this cute little, whoopsie, a little bit more of glue booger. We have this cute little corner right here. Okay. And now we're just going to make sure that these little guys are poked in, like so. And that's poked in, like so. I don't know if you can see that really well. See how it's poked in right there and right there? That'll keep you from having too much bulk there, okay? You want to make sure that it's long enough here so that it covers it, but you don't want it so long that it makes this big lump right here, okay? So, here we go. And that is a really good corner. I really like that one. I think that's my favorite so far. What do you think? You like it? So what we're gonna do is, there we go. We have to put a little cover on top of the cover, if that makes any sense, because this will be the front of your book. This will be the inside of your book. If you like this, you can do this. You can also put a picture here if you wanted to, or a calendar, or whatever you wanted. I'm just gonna take a piece of paper and adhere it. This is 4 7/8, okay? So I'm just going to go ahead and put some adhesive on it. Whoops, to make sure that it works. Ooh. Okay. And then I would make sure that you put across like that. Okay. Like so. I think we're good. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to cover that. So we want to make sure we have it lined up as well as we can. This looks really good. Perfect. I think this looks great. And make sure that you push down really hard because you want to make sure that this cover stays. Now again, this seam thing right here, the seam area, that could be as big or as little as you want. Totally up to you. Okay? I'm going to show you the difference between the two. This right here is 1/8 of an inch from the edge. This right here is 1/4 of an inch from the edge. Okay? So that's the difference between the two. If you wanted to do one way or one the other way, that shows you exactly what the space difference is. All right? So I hope you enjoyed this today. I want to also show you another little trick real quick. I don't know if you guys have a crocodile. I have the original one. Not like the original one that was ever made, but the original version. And I don't know if you know, I know they have other ones. They have like a 12-inch one. They have all different kinds of ones. I will tell you that this is going to blow your mind. And I'm sorry if you're going to go out and buy this tool, but it's one of my favorites. And I have to tell you, my husband and kids use it too. This is called a crocodile. And it looks like a really difficult contraption. It's not. It's basically a really awesomely cool punch, hole punch, that punches like butter. And I say butter because it's butter. Anyway, this right here. And what happens when your camera dies? You keep going. So thank you to my husband for giving me the power cord. At any rate, so this awesome crocodile cuts like butter. I believe they have, like I said, a new version. It's like a 12 by 12 size, whatever. But whatever it is, the tool is unbelievable, and it cuts through just about anything. So I'm going to show you something really cool. You can use those like office rings, like just the silver rings. I don't think I have one here. Check real quick. I do not see any here. No, I don't. But like, you know, like the silver rings, You can get them different colors. If you wanted to just put 2 of those on here, smaller ones, you could do that. Or you can make your own binding. You can do it with ribbon, you can do it with twine, string, whatever you would like. But the biggest thing about this beauty is how it cuts. So I'm going to show you. This is matte board. Again, you see how thick it is, right? I am not super strong with my hands, but it goes right through that beauty. Do you see that? Yes. So we could keep doing this all day long if you wanted to. I'm just showing you for an example. Of course, we won't be using this, but it is kind of cool, right? It's a lot of fun to use. So you can see that that beautiful little matte board can be cut. You can make your own little binding with it. If you had a certain kind of ribbon that you really liked, like this shows you what it's cutting out. You see that? Isn't that wild? Pretty cool, huh? Anyway, this binding you can make with a whole bunch of different stuff, but I wanted to show you that you can use this crocodile to cut it, and it's pretty cool. So I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial today. This will hopefully inspire you to make yourself a whole bunch of different books and cool things like that. My name is Melissa, and I would love it if you checked out our website at www.acjwm.com or www.acreativejourneywithmelissa.com. We have a whole bunch of really cool stamps. We have awesome products. We have phenomenal stamp blocks with grid lines that are super helpful when you're creating. And I really, really, really hope you enjoyed your day today, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. And thank you so much for going on a creative journey with Melissa. Have a great day. Thanks. Bye.